Hello everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to the channel. I'm here today with my November 2020 book haul. So this is going to be all of the books that I grabbed in the month of November. So last month, my local used bookstore was having their Black Friday sale. They had like buy one, get one free. So I took advantage of that. Second and Charles was having a buy 5, get 5 free in terms of middle grade books or kids books. So of course I took advantage of that. Like it was sale bonanzas. Like it was crazy last month. So I have a ton to talk about today. And I know what you're thinking. I've said in the past couple of book hauls, like I need to unhaul, and I do. But that said, there are a couple genres or types of books that I will continue to purchase because that's really what I'm most interested in collecting. Media tie-in novels, so novelizations or anything based in a world that was created in another media type. Middle grade books. I love my middle grade. Goosebumps, Animorphs, Strange Matter, anything like that. Like I love those type of books. So middle grade I'll always collect. And then true crime. Of course, I'm a huge true crime fan. So you're going to see all 3 of those in this video because that's what I'm comfortable with adding to the collection, even though I'm at a point where I need to unhaul a bunch, which I do plan to do here at the end of the year because I have some time off. So I'm going to do that then. But yeah, very excited to share with you guys what I ended up picking up back in November. So we have about 28-ish books to talk about, so let's not waste any time at all. Let's dive right in. Let's start with my middle grade. So first up, we have a Spooksville book by Christopher Pike, and this is Aliens in the Sky. Let's see, this is book number 4 of the Spooksville series. So I have never read any of the Spooksville series, but I know they came out around the same time as Goosebumps. Let me see, this one came out in 96. Yeah, that's prime Goosebumps time. So Christopher Pike was a R.L. Stine contemporary. He did, much like Stine, he's written a ton of middle grade, but then he also did young adult, and eventually he also did adult books as well. So, he's a very prolific writer. So I'm very excited to dive into one of his books, specifically one of his middle grade books with Spooksville, book number 4, Aliens in the Sky. It has such an awesome cover. How could I pass this up? This was part of the buy 5, get 5 from Second and Charles. So great deal on this one. I should also mention at Second and Charles, like at first they rang it up and it was too high. And so I was like, that math doesn't make sense to me. So when we did the math, she's like, oh, you're right. It should be this amount. But she couldn't get the computer to do it. So I ended up paying like $7 for, it was like 12 books, I think it was. Like it was basically thrift store prices, which is absurd. So that was a computer error that worked in my favor, which I always appreciate. But next up, this thing is in mint condition. This is the junior novelization for Star Wars The Last Jedi. So I do own Force Awakens junior novelization, and now I have Last Jedi. I just need whatever the last one is, which the name is escaping me right now, Rise of the Skywalker. I just need that one in order to complete my junior novelization collection, and then I'll have all of them because I have the original trilogy, or the prequel trilogy, the original trilogy, and now I have 2/3 of the the Skywalker trilogy. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, so very excited to have this one, and it's in such good shape. So part of that buy 5 get 5 free sale, can't beat that. So Star Wars The Last Jedi, a junior novel, gotta love it. So the rest of these are also part of the buy 5 get 5, but there were some I went back a couple days later hoping to find some more that I decided to pass on, but unfortunately that sale was done, so I did have to buy some of these separate. But the rest here from the middle grade section are all Goosebumps books. So I'm going to kind of rapid fire through these. Let's start with these ones here. These are Goosebumps, the Series 2000. And these are all the original covers, it looks like. So first up, we have spine number 13. This is Return to Horrorland, which Horrorland is fantastic. So definitely excited to return there. Then we have spine number 17. And this is The Werewolf in the Living Room. Fantastic cover there. And then finally, this is probably my favorite of this 3 set here, book number 23, Slappy's Nightmare. I love Slappy. I talked about him in my latest book wrap-up from October, so very thrilled to have 3 of the Goosebumps Series 3000 books in the collection. Book number 23, 17, and 13. Awesome to have these. And now these are all Goosebumps books, so I would love to have a complete Goosebumps collection. Just the original run is really all I'm interested in completing, and this is getting me a good, part of the way there at least. So we have book number 2, Stay Out of the Basement, and then book number 3, Monster Blood, which honestly is not a favorite of mine, but I think it's okay. And then we have book number 8, The Girl Who Cried Monster. I always loved that cover. That purple looks awesome. And then book number 9, Welcome to Camp Nightmare. I don't know if I've read that one or not, but book number 14, The Werewolf of Fever Swamp. I have read this one. I do enjoy this one. And then we have book number 15, You Can't Scare Me. Has an awesome cover. I don't know what this one's about. It looks like mud people, like Swamp Thing almost. Like, it looks pretty cool. And then Return of the Mummy, which is book number 23. I really like the original Mummy. I think it's such a well done middle grade book. And then book number 42, Egg Monsters from Mars, which is just another one of those iconic covers. And then we have How to Kill a Monster. Love that one as well. This is book number 46. And then finally, which this one I've not read, but it's actually one of my buddy's favorites, and so I will probably put this toward the top of this list. This is book number 48 from the Goosebumps series, Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns. So very intrigued to check all of these out. Like, I love Goosebumps books, and when I can find them as cheap as I did, you betcha I'm going to pick them up. So a big old stack of original series Goosebumps books, and most important, these look all to be the original covers, which I love much more than the kind of the re-releases they did, which I'm sure there's multiple reprints, but yeah, love these. Awesome stack of books here. All right, so this next stack, they're actually all from my local used bookstore. Most of these I bought during the buy one, get one free Black Friday sale, but there are, I think, 3 here that I bought separate just because I went there a week before and I didn't want to miss out on them because I'd been looking for them for so long. But first up, let's talk true crime. So this is another series that I'm collecting of true crime, and these are the Anne Rule, and Other True Cases. So the Anne Rule Crime Files books. This is volume number 10, Worthmore Dead, and then The End of the Dream, which is volume 5. So I have volume 10 and volume 5. I think I have maybe half of these now, so I want to get all of them. I can't remember exactly how many there are. I always forget, but yeah, these two, you know, I really enjoyed Anne Rule's writing when I read The Stranger Beside Me, so very happy to have more of Anne Rule in my collection. Anne Rule, True Crime Files, Volume 10 and Volume 5. I might as well show these two together as well because they're both set in the same universe. So these are not... Well, what am I trying to say? These are part of the same series, I guess, but either way, first up, we have Aliens, The Female War, and you can see there, this is called Book 3. So there actually is a trilogy written by Steve Perry and whoever the other, Stephanie Perry, I think that's husband and wife duo. There's a trilogy that starts this series, and then we have Aliens, Music of the Spears, and this is much later in this. I want to say it's like book 7 or 8, maybe 9, somewhere in there of this Aliens spin-off series, or this universe. So this one was written by Yvonne Navarro, and yeah, so now I just need to find book numbers 1 and 2 in order to complete this trilogy, and then, you know, if I want to continue after that. I've actually heard that the first 3 are connected, this trilogy is connected, but the rest of them are not connected at all. They tell standalone stories, so I can read this one at any point I want, but I'll probably read this trilogy first and then move on to Music of the Spears. But yeah, I have read I think I've only read one other like Aliens universe book, and I loved it. I think it was an Audible original, actually. I really enjoyed it, so I'm very intrigued to check out the others that are part of this series. So Aliens Book 3, The Female War, and Aliens Music of the Spears. If you guys have read these, let me know how they are. I'd love to hear your opinions on them down below. So very excited to check both of these out. It looks like all the rest of these are all media tie-in, which I'm all about. These next 3 I'm going to show are all part of the Star Wars universe. So this is Star Wars X-Wing, The Back to War. And this is book number 4. Book number 4 in the exciting series. So I think I need book number 3 to have like the first 5, I believe, of the X-Wing series. And these are all written by Michael A. Stackpole, if you can see that there. You probably see it a little bit better down there. But yeah, I've not started reading this series yet, but since I've been coming across them, and this was buy one, get one, I figured I would pick it up and add it to that Star Wars collection. So Star Wars X-Wing, The Back to War, which is book number 4 in that X-Wing series. And then we actually have, these are the first 2 books I have from the Old Republic line. The only disappointing thing here is that they are the Legends label, which I know everything is Legends. That is not like whatever year Disney bought them and forward. But I like the original printing of them as opposed to the ones that have the Legends label on it. But this is fine. Again, buy one, get one free. I'm not going to complain too much. But this is Star Wars: The Old Republic, Fatal Alliance, written by Sean Williams. And then we have Star Wars: The Old Republic, Revan? I don't know how to say that. Written by Drew Karpyshyn. So I believe Revan is book number 1. And then I think Fatal Alliance is book number 3. I'm going off memory here, so don't shoot me if I'm wrong, but I do need book number 2, which I actually have in my Amazon cart. So hopefully I will pick that up to complete this, the first part of this series. I want to say there are like 5 or 6 books in this entire set. So hopefully one day I will have the whole thing. But yeah, very interested to check these out. I don't know much at all about the Old Republic era. So very interested to see what more I can learn here. So Star Wars Old Republic Revan and Star Wars Old Republic Fatal Alliance. 2 more for my Star Wars universe. I forgot, I actually found this one at Second and Charles with all my middle grade books, but it is a novelization of The Chronicles of Riddick. So we actually did a podcast arc on this of the entire Pitch Black Chronicles of Riddick series, and I was not a fan. But I did pick up Pitch Black recently on 4K, and I stumbled across this. And the reason I wanted it, it's written by the novelization master himself, Alan Dean Foster. So normally I just look at the media tie-in area in Second and Charles, but I decided to go to the sci-fi section and look under Foster just to see, and they had a bunch of novelizations there. I only ended up grabbing this one. I think they also had, what is it, Starman, I think it is. It's the, there's a Scream Factory release of it. It's a John Carpenter film. I think it's Starman. I could be completely wrong though, but they had that as well, also written by Foster. I decided just to get this one for the time being because I already had a bunch of books already. So yeah, very intrigued to check this one out. I have watched the movie already, so I don't know. I might watch the movie again before diving into this, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know which way we'll go, but we'll read it eventually. So The Chronicles of Riddick, written by Alan Dean Foster. Couple more novelizations. First up is The Sixth Day, and this is written by Terry Besson. So I actually saw this movie in theaters with my dad, which is just something that never happened. My dad is not a movie guy in the least. He just doesn't care. So the fact that I saw this one in theaters with my dad is something to remember, and I really enjoyed it. Mind you, I was quite young when this came out. Let's see, is there a year here? Let's see if I can find it in the front. But yeah, so I was young, and so I haven't seen it since then. 2000, yeah, so I would have been just starting high school at that point. But I enjoyed it, and again, it just is nostalgic because of who I saw it with. But this is an Arnold Schwarzenegger action vehicle. It's sci-fi. It's all about cloning. The Sixth Day is the day that they made a law about clones or something like that, from what I remember. But yeah, it's fun. Had to grab the novelization because it was part of that buy one get one. So very excited to check this one back out. This one is really cool because it completes my original X-Men trilogy novelization collection with X-Men. And this is written by Christine Catherine Rush and Dean Wesley Smith. So I recently picked up X-Men 2 and X-Men 3. I think I found those, I don't remember if it was an eBay lot or if I found them at Second and Charles. I don't remember exactly, but they were cheap. And so I finally found the original. And I found this at my used bookstore, my local one, which was very surprising because they don't get a ton of these in often. So the fact that they found a new one was great. So X-Men, written by Christine Catherine Rush and Dean Wesley Smith, completes my original trilogy collection of novelizations for the X-Men films. Moving right along here, we're actually on the last 3, and I'm going to show these 3 together. These are the 3 that I have been searching for a good portion of a year, maybe a year and a half, 2 years now. I found out they existed. They are written by one of my favorite authors who I have a ton of books from, and he's just extremely prolific. So I had to have these, and they're based on one of my favorite shows. So we have all 3 books of the Criminal Minds series. So this is, I could be wrong, but I believe this is book number 1, Killer Profile, and these are all written by Max Allan Collins, who you guys might know that I've talked about from the Quarry series. I love the Quarry books, and Max Allan Collins wrote these as well. So first up was Killer Profile, and then we have Finishing School, which I believe is book number 2, and then finally Jump Cut. So this trilogy was very difficult to come by. You could find it on Amazon, but that's not nearly as fun, right? So I found these in the wild, which I didn't expect. And like I said, these were the 3 that I went to the bookstore the week before Black Friday completely forgot that they usually have a Black Friday sale and found these, and I didn't want to risk it. Is anyone going to walk in there in that week and pick up the Criminal Minds books? Of course not. That's ridiculous. Nobody wants these. But in my head, I'm just like, no, you can't leave this just in case, because you never know. So I finally got all 3 of the Criminal Minds book, and this is it. This is all 3 of. There was only 3 written, and now they are in my collection. So I am definitely checking one of these out very soon. So very intrigued to check out Criminal Minds, Krilla Profile, Finishing School, and Jump Cut, all written by one of my favorites, Max Allan Collins. And those are the last 3 books that I grabbed in November. All right, and there they are, my November 2020 book haul. So it was an excellent month for books. I paid so very little for all of these. It's kind of ridiculous, but and I know there are a ton of books I still need to get rid of in my collection, but these are books that I would keep, you know, regardless of me doing an unhaul or not. These would absolutely stay in the collection because they are just genres that I love and I know I'll come back to in the future. So happy that I was able to find these. Let me know, is there anything in here that's worth my time that you've read? Let me know if there's anything worth skipping. You know, I'd love to hear from you guys because I love having more of a conversation with you guys down in the comments below. As always, if you guys did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing to Cinefessions here on YouTube. And if not, well, thank you anyway for watching this one. I really do appreciate that. And like I always say, I don't just talk books, I talk all things media, be it books, movies, video games, comic books. If it's media related, I'm interested in it. And if you are too, you might consider subscribing. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.